All right, guys, in this video, I want to have a serious chat, discussion, conversation about the changes that are happening to YouTube, our channels, and potentially some other channels that you guys may watch. And if you guys are in fact creators yourselves, something that you're going to want to pay very, very close attention to. This was just released on my YouTube Analytics Studio today, and my wife shared it with me, so I'm going to share it with you guys. And this is part of what I was telling you guys about before, whereas you got to know the rules, okay? You got to understand the rules. You have to stay up to date with them, because this here says it's a policy update. And YouTube warns that they are updating their YouTube Partner Program. And this YouTube Partner Program, in case you're not familiar, is YouTube monetization. This is how you make money on YouTube through ads, okay? Now, granted, there are ways you can make money on YouTube without ads, even though YouTube will still show ads on your videos. But the YouTube Partner Program is actually the monetization program. YouTube Studio doesn't even call it monetization anymore. They call it Earn. And then the program is called Partner Program. And they've got updates. So for anyone, just a heads up, who clicked on this video expecting to see some form of relationship struggle or drama between my wife and I and me, Squirrel Tribe, Michelle, that's not what this video is about. This video is about the changes that are happening to the YouTube Partner Program policy and how it will ultimately relate to some people losing money and driving us apart for the fact that some creators may get wiped out. Their channels may get deleted. They may get demonetized. They may disappear altogether. They may decide to up and do something completely different. So I want to bring you guys that YouTube update, as well as touch on a little bit of divorce counseling. Now, interestingly enough, you guys may or may not have seen the video that I did a few days or week ago-ish with Stephen Gardner. And this is a strange turn of events between Stephen Gardner and the channel or the video or what divorce counseling. But at the end of the day, we got into the topic of relationships and marriage, and ultimately, you know, the ups and downs, the pros and cons, you know, working through some of the challenges, some of the struggles, which ironically mimic YouTube. It is a little bit of a marriage, ironically, with the algorithm, with the platform, with your sponsors, with your brands that you're working with your audience, with your team, your script writers, your editors, your videographers. There is a relationship, and they all have their challenges. They all have their struggles. And in this video, I'm not going to go into it as far as actual divorce counseling, but I am going to ask you all if you would care for me to do that in the future with a relationship coach or a relationship specialist or therapist or counselor of some sort. Just want to know, put it out there, as well as Michelle and I, Squirrel Tribe and I, and our own experiences in life, in relationships, in marriage, up until this point. As well as we really got to take into consideration how the current state of the economy, this looming recession, job loss, layoffs, and all these other major impacts can further add stress to relationships and drive people apart. With that being said, I do believe that there's this Texas A&M baseball player shot by a stray bullet during the game. There's some crazy stuff going on here, folks. I'm just watching Fox News. It's like Fox 26 in Houston. I can't believe this stuff, but either way, let me get back on track. I do think that we are experiencing a little bit of a struggle in the relationship between YouTube and the creators, YouTube and the viewers, YouTube and their advertisers, their business partners, YouTube and censorship, YouTube and what they think is right, what they think is wrong, what they think is good, what they think is bad. And this is ultimately driving people apart where viewers are not seeing the videos from their favorite channels that they're subscribed to. Creators are not getting the views that they once were by the viewers that are subscribed to their channel. There's a lot going on, but I do think it does have something to do with two things. One, the change of leadership within YouTube with the new CEO taking over, as well as the recession, the pullback in the economy, and ultimately trying to do a little bit of a balancing, like a juggling act with all of these things. Those are just two. There's multiples that are having an impact here. But as we dive into the changes to the partner program, I think it's going to be very, very clear why we're experiencing these rough patches. Okay, I think it's going to be very, very clear why YouTube is doing what they're doing. Because in my opinion, this is just my opinion, and you guys are more than welcome to chime in and tell me what your thoughts are. But I think that YouTube is trying to, I don't even know if I want to say that they're trying to be the good guy. I don't know if I want to say they're trying to be the good guy. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. I really don't know if this is being the good guy by trying to do what they're doing. But they are definitely trying to please a certain group. I don't know how to describe it specifically, but I think that they have a group in mind that they want to please, and that group is probably more so heavily weighted against the creators. They're not trying to please the creators. They're not trying to please the creators. They're making it more challenging for the creators. And they're ultimately, in my opinion, I think what they're going to be doing is they're going to be driving up creators' costs, okay? But also driving down their revenue earning potential. But I don't think that it's extremely alarming or huge cause for concern. It just means that you need to be paying attention to what's going on around you, what's happening, talking, having discussions, conversations, working with a network, a team, a collective group, all focused on achieving the same goals. Granted, with different audiences, different niche categories, while also working together to use this to your advantage to extend your reach. But you got to adapt. You got to adjust. YouTube is a business. I've said that before. I'll say it again. YouTube is a business. And you have to look at it that way, especially if you want your content to reach the masses, okay? I'm working on a few changes here to see if I can unlock that little secret. If I do, I'll let you guys know. But each video as I record it, like this one here, is a test. Every video that I ever record, for the most part, is a test because there's no guarantee. But in my experience, typically over time, I will get to a point of which I have a pretty good idea and understanding of how the algorithm works, what the audience and the viewers want to see. And once you can get those in alignment, then you can continuously post great videos, get great results, see your views go up, your 48-hour views go up, see your revenue go up. And it's a beautiful thing. And then by doing that, hang on one second. Let's see if I can get some of this, a little bit of sun before it goes down. And by doing that, then I'm able to share that information with those in my circle to help them as well. Now, the YouTube policy updates here says that this article summarizes recent and past updates made to YouTube's policies. For other updates relevant to YouTube creators, check out the creator updates article. So I really encourage you guys as creators to check out this tab. But what I'm going to share with you, I think, applies to almost everybody, just as general knowledge to understand what's happening, what's going on, and what could potentially be in the near future. And we've got updates to the community guidelines, updates to our eating disorder policy, which I shared with you on a few videos, or actually maybe 2-3 videos, but a few days ago. They updated that on April 18th, but that was just like dipping the toe into the water of what they were going to be doing, like on a broad scale overall. And now, since then, they've introduced even more changes. Product and feature policies, changes to pinned comments, changes to extending the pause mode policy for channel memberships, as well as updates to the YouTube Partner Program reapplication policy. Now, I will say that the pinned comments, I believe, is intentional because YouTube, as I've explained to you guys before, is working on trying to be the good guy and protecting as many people as possible. Now, I don't know if I would consider it protection or if I would really look at it more so as like blinding and shielding from reality. And I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. For instance, this pool behind me. You guys comment, let me know what you think. Would it make more sense to, if you're trying to stay in the sun here before we lose the sun, would it make more sense as a parent, a guardian, to make your children believe that there is no pool, there is no water, it doesn't exist, because it could potentially be a threat, it could harm them. Therefore, we don't want you to know about it, we don't want you to see it, we don't want you to have any information or education about it whatsoever. Is that really good? Or instead, hey, there's a pool here. Let me explain to you the dangers of this pool, what you need to know, what you need to be aware of, and also let me teach you how to be safe while in this pool or around this pool, and potentially to help save others if they were to fall into this pool and have some sort of dangerous situation occur because they are unable to swim for whatever reason it may be. I would lean towards the latter. I want to explain what is around us, the risks that they pose, and possible ways of preparing for survival to not allow these threats to potentially harm me or others. Versus, nope, there is no pool. Don't look back there. You don't need to see that. You don't need to see that. We don't want to show that here. See what I'm saying? But either way, they're adding more changes to these rules and these policies, and it will ultimately affect creators' income. And here's why. The changes to the pinned comments, YouTube was cracking down on a lot of abuse on the platform. Now, as a creator, as a someone who's very, very interested in understanding and learning the algorithm for obvious reasons, I could tell you guys a long list of ways that the algorithm was abused, which has since seemingly stopped a little bit, just in the last few weeks or so, couple months. I'm not going to discuss that on this video. If you guys want to know more, you know where to find me. But YouTube wants to crack down on that, and they're doing it with AI, with bots. They're doing it in the transcript. They've been doing it in the descriptions. They're doing it in the metadata, and this is the data that's tagged into the file that no one can really see unless you really deep dive into it. And most viewers will never know how to do that or even care to do that. But YouTube is doing it because YouTube says, look, we need to understand every loophole that exists so we don't get exploited here, and we don't piss off our advertisers by AI, which AI is part of the problem. They're using AI to solve the problem, but AI is part of the problem because AI is what has allowed this to happen. And advertisers are not interested in paying billions of dollars to YouTube to advertise to AI. They want to advertise to people with money, people who can buy, people who can convert. So, kind of like a taste of their own medicine here. They have to use AI to fight off AI, which is crazy when you think about it, when you say it out loud, but essentially that's what's happening. So AI is getting smarter, and AI was analyzing transcripts, they were analyzing thumbnails, they were analyzing intros, videos all together. YouTube actually has the ability to recognize facial recognition, body language, gestures, pauses and breaks, natural conversation in order to put the ads and place the ads, folks. They are extremely advanced, okay? But now they realize that as they implemented these fail safes, okay, these checks and balances, so to speak, those who were using them as a strategy and a technique that could no longer decided to find a new way to do it. So they moved on to the pinned comment. And the pinned comment says that starting May 31, to help protect the YouTube community, creators need to have access to advanced features in order to pin comments on their videos. The ability to unpin comments won't be affected, and already pinned comments will be retained. But this is very, very important. A new channel that would be able to grow will not automatically receive the ability for pinned comments. Again, AI is part of the problem. So for instance, you could create a channel overnight using AI, potentially gain millions of views, and then be able to use the pinned comment section to work around and be a little bit of a deviation from using the description or the video itself to redirect viewers where you want them to go. I actually think that this is quite possibly one of the main reasons behind why the Mario Brothers movie was leaked on Twitter just yesterday or day before, and it gained like 9 million views. Okay, well, obviously you know that eventually that's going to get taken down, but what's the byproduct? 9 million views? You got 9 million eyeballs on the platform, and you're able to show them whatever you want. What did they show them? I'm not 100% sure. Maybe there was a pinned link or something like that on Twitter. But you got to realize that there are motives to some of the behaviors and the actions that you see, and you may not really realize it, which I'm going to get into that a whole lot further in an upcoming video or live stream with my wife, Squirrel Tribe, after having watched a video today that is really disturbing, if you ask me, and damaging to our society, the mentality of men and women, and it's unbelievable, and it's all at the expense of making a profit. But we'll get into that in another video or live stream. So I'm not going to touch on the channel memberships because I don't think that's super important right now, but I do want to talk about the YouTube Partner Program reapplication policy. And this is the one, as I still have a little bit of sunlight here, this is the one that's ultimately going to cause that separation, drive that division between creators and viewers and subscribers. And I'll tell you guys right now, I'll warn you, just because you reach 1,000 subscribers, and just because you reach 4,000 watch hours in 365 days, or just because you reach 10 million shorts views in 90 days, doesn't mean that you're monetized. It means you then have met the qualifications and the requirements to apply for monetization through the YouTube Partner Program. So from there, then YouTube is going to evaluate you and essentially give you a social score, social media score, basically. I don't want to call it a social credit score, but it's like a social media score. If you pass, you're accepted. If you fail, it's fine. YouTube will more than likely provide you with an indication as to why you failed, and historically in the past give you 30 days to make corrections and then reapply. However, starting June 5th, 2023, it says here that YouTube is extending their policy on reapplications to the YouTube Partner Program from 30 days to now 90 days, okay? This means that channels that have been suspended or rejected more than once from YouTube or YPP must now wait 90 days before reapplying to the program. If it's your first time rejected from YPP, you can still apply after 30 days, but if you're rejected again, you need to wait 90 days before reapplying. And this change doesn't affect our appeal policy, and channels will still have 21 days to appeal rejection and suspension decisions. If your appeal isn't approved and it's not your first time being rejected from YPP, you need to wait 90 days before reapplying to the program. So, cool. The first offense seems like what they're saying is 30 days like normal. The second offense is 90. Now, I don't know if that applies if you apply for monetization, don't get approved, wait 30 days, apply again, get approved, and then get suspended. Would you then get your first 30-day suspension, or would it be a 90-day suspension, since technically you lost it twice? So I don't know how that would play out. But number one, try not to build a channel that could potentially put you at risk of not being approved or being suspended, okay? I'll just put it out there like that, because if you build a channel that potentially risks not being approved, odds are you're not going to make very much money on YouTube through ads, because they already kind of don't like the content that you create. However, if you get past the gatekeeper, but then you're making questionable content, quite possibly receiving a lot of age restrictions or a lot of yellow dollar signs as far as ad suitability, some strikes or whatever it may be, this is where you may see your creators disappear. This is where you may see your income disappear, because essentially 90 days off of YouTube will be devastating. Okay, 90 days, your audience will miss you, your audience will lose you, your audience data will be ultimately eliminated and deleted, unless you have a huge library with a ton of evergreen content that gets lots of views on a regular basis every single day. Odds are, if you were to return after the 90 days, you would essentially be starting over from scratch. Just being honest with you guys, full transparency here. It wouldn't matter how many subscribers you had, how many videos you had, how many views max you had. It wouldn't matter. You would essentially be starting over from scratch. But I do think that this is part of trying to wash out the AI, the bots, the scammers, the spam, and also trying to protect the community and the viewers and, you know, the young and encourageable minds of those who have access to the platform, whether their parents know it or not, as well as kind of get some of the riffraff off that advertisers may not necessarily want to advertise on their videos, but kind of can't help it because of these tips, these tricks and strategies that people are using to kind of like slide in there. But also the fact that YouTube's saying, you know, we gotta watch every dollar, we gotta watch every penny, because as you know, we are in this recession or approaching this recession. Advertisers are pulling back, the spend's getting lower. We need to be very conscious and mindful of what we're doing, how we're going to market, and how advertisers view the platform and wanting to engage. You know, they're not going to want to engage on something that would be considered a waste of money, you know, a poor use of resources and capital and assets. They don't want to do that, in my opinion. So I just wanted to explain to you guys how this could potentially cause a loss of money and could drive us all apart for a variety of reasons. Creators being on 90-day probation, suspension, they may move to another platform altogether. They may never show back up. Viewers may change their mind and opinions about YouTube and start looking elsewhere to watch content. YouTube trying to protect everyone is ultimately kind of driving people apart from having tough conversations and addressing issues and having debate and really trying to understand multiple sides of the stories and different perspectives, rather than I'm right, you're wrong, and if you don't think I'm right, then you can get the hell out of here. But either way, there's my YouTube update for you guys. I hope that was helpful to you. Additionally, if you do want a conversation, a chat, a talk, me bringing in an expert interview, maybe even doing a live stream so you guys can throw questions out there on a divorce, not divorce counseling, but like relationship counseling, marriage counseling, love advice, dating tips, all of that. By all means, drop a comment down below. Let me know. But I do have something really, I think, important that I want to share with you guys with the help of my wife, Squirrel Tribe, Michelle, and very interesting, comical. Obviously, there's going to be a financial component to it. You guys know me. I'm going to be talking about YouTube. I'm going to be talking about money. You know, I'm going to be talking about making money, saving money, not losing money. So if you guys are interested in that, please show your love, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, comment down below. You guys take care, be safe. I'll see you real soon. Bye.